Hey guys, Mr. Moki Moki back again this week, and today we have episode 26 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Vrains. And honestly, I'll just start off by saying I was really surprised there was no new opening. Usually a new opening and new ending go hand in hand in Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, not seeing a new opening this week was kind of weird. Maybe my guess is that their new opening isn't maybe it spoils too much. Maybe it's too far ahead in the future for what they have planned. So we might see it maybe episode 30 then, if that's the way it's going to be. Not that I don't like Into the Wind, because I think Into the Wind is a great opening. At least it's a great song, and I like it a lot. And I'll be sad to see it go, but I'm ready to see a new opening for this series, because I want to start speculating about future stuff, right? As much as I love Into the Wind, the opening really doesn't give us a lot to work with. It's pretty standard. It's pretty neutral in terms of like what it shows story wise. So maybe that's why they haven't started a new opening yet, because it would, spoil too much for us at this moment in time. So that's fine. Uh, it's whatever, honestly. But yeah, getting into the episode, a lot of you guys called it, and I was like completely oblivious to this. A lot of my guys in my comments last week, and shout out to you guys, you know who you are, called that it was Awie's nurse, um, and like the fact that you guys picked up on that is incredible from like all those episodes back. Like goddamn, like you're that's amazing. But yeah, the even more so, like I found it more interesting that Yusaku and the hot dog vendor knew who she was, like she was somebody important. Like it's always weird to me for a plot point that they were like, "Oh, that's Awie's nurse. Yeah, I recognize her." Like even though that like they met like maybe once, as if they memorize people's faces. But I guess in anime, the hair really gives it away, right? So it's whatever. So they're very memorable that way. But yeah, the duel itself was pretty good. It wasn't bad. Um, like it didn't wow me though. Like what one of the parts that I had mixed feelings about was when Aoi goes through the walls. Like I was like, whoa, what the hell? She got thrown through like a building. What the crap? And then it kind of took me out of it when she started, like when she stood up and like ran down the hallway to jump out the window. I kind of felt that was a little cheesy, like out of like an 80s movie or something. I don't know. It just felt like really, I don't know, it didn't feel good to me. I felt like that could have been handled a whole lot better. Cause now it seems like that was just shoehorned in there to be like, oh, look at this cool thing. It really didn't serve a purpose to be like, oh, this is cool. Um, I don't know. That's really all the purpose that it served. Other than that, the duel was fine. So it's interesting. Like I want to point note to like how things are called in like link summoning, like in terms of like Aoi saying the hopes and dreams in this circuit or something like that, something along those lines. Um, she has a different summoning chant versus like a Knight of Hanoi. I noticed that the Knights of Hanoi always say, and I guess I can't say this for Revolver, but so far Dr. Genome and Awie's nurse are like, this is our future circuit, um, stating that they're already in the future, like they don't need to progress anymore, like their future is coming. At least that's how I think of it. But yeah, I just think that's the important thing of it. Like they're saying our future circuit instead of like Yusaku saying our the future that lead or sorry the circuit that leads to the future. Um, so there's a big difference there, and I think it's an important difference to understand what we're dealing with in terms of like enemies and in terms of like characters. And in this episode, Awie's saying like a circuit that's filled with hopes and dreams. Um, and a lot of you were saying, oh, like Aoi should use that new Link 3 monster for Trickstars, and I don't think she ever had a Link 3. It might have been just a Link 2, but I don't think we have a Link 3 Trickstar, which is really weird when you think that, we have a Link 4 Trickstar before we have a Link 3 Trickstar. But yeah, interesting enough. So now we're getting more Trickstar support, which is cool. Not even sure if it's going to be used in the Trickstar deck because I know in the TCG Trickstars are becoming more and more of a thing. But it's more like a burn deck, getting rid of your opponent's hand destruction sort of thing. But it it is what it is, honestly. Um, yeah, kind of sucks. Moving on, I think the importance of this duel was Aoi realizing, like, she's just dueling for herself, but yet the consequences of that aren't really negative. In fact, by winning the duel and, like, dueling for herself, it kind of symbolizes, like, you know, despite her dueling for herself, she was able to save many other people. And she was able to, be like, just save other people. And I don't know if that's a good way for us to take home the message, or for children to take home messages. Because to me, like, at the surface level, it seems like, oh, if you do things for yourself, good things will happen. Um, but there is the argument that, like, like, just trying to build yourself, just trying to build yourself to be happy might actually, like, make others happy as well, instead of trying to serve others. you know Aoi has always dueled for her brother, and, like, to get her brother's attention. Now I think this is the first time that Aoi has actually dueled for herself. Now she did it in revenge, yeah, that's kind of the negative part of it, and it's kind of like the gray area that we're dealing with this show. And it's the same thing for Yusaku, because he's dueling for revenge, but yet he's the hero of the story. So we kind of want to root for him. Um, we're dealing with some gray areas here. And that's kind of the interesting thing about this show that I like so far. But yeah, it doesn't seem like the characters are bland in any way. So that's good. That's what I like. Um, and then at the end of this duel, we see the doctor just completely get. I'm not sure what exactly happened to her. I think she got turned into and another by a revolver. I believe that's what happened. But either way, she got punished essentially for releasing the program. But she was shown that she wants to believe too, by Aoi. Like, she wants to believe and have hope, because she cares about Revolver, but she doesn't care about the consequences because she wants to save him. Um, like, she cares. That's the point. And you know, by the end of this episode, I think it's really important to realize, like, maybe Akira loved Aoi, and maybe that's what she wanted the whole time, but maybe Akira never accepted the real Aoi. And that's why she was struggling to be Blue Angel again, because maybe she felt like she could be the real her by being Blue Angel. And by being Blue Angel, she thought she could impress her brother. But now she doesn't. She felt like she doesn't need Blue Angel because she has her brother's love. But like, that's not. But she found out that maybe that's not the real her. Like the Aoi in the real world, Blue Angel is the real her. Um, and this is me just interpreting it, because I think it's important, because we're still dealing with that theme of duality, as I said. Like, she's dealing with who she really is, who Aoi really is, who Blue Angel really is. Like, of course they're the same person, but one acts differently than the other. One's more reserved, one's more outgoing. And and at the end of this episode, Akira is just like, good job, like, thanks to Blue Angel, you were, like, every people were saved. And like, maybe that's finally, like, the brother finally accepting Blue Angel, meaning that Aoi can now be accepted as Blue Angel and wants to be Blue Angel. That's my interpretation of it. I might be going a little deep with that, but maybe that's maybe if that's not what they've built up to right now, they're probably building up to it. I feel like that's what this show is kind of dealing with, like reality and virtual reality, like what's real, who's the real you, you know, like, and it's the more I think about it, the more I think like, yeah, this is what's being thrown in our faces without being explicitly said. But yeah, that's the main thing that I wanted to get through with this episode. I'm a little disappointed about no new opening, but that's okay. Next week we're gonna see Naoki Duel. Um, I'm I'm not sure what to expect with that, but yeah, if you guys want, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified when I upload a video. If you like the video if you did, and you know, remember to subscribe and comment in the comment section down below. I love discussion. So yeah, peace, guys.